Nothing in terms of elimination between those two. But here, there is elimination on the line because the loser of this one is done and the winner advances to the quarterfinals. And Fnatic are just one game away as we head into draft number 2.
So we're going to see a Warlock ban in the first phase, lane stability. So with that gone, it's going to limit what Fnatic can do with their carries a little bit more. The other hero that was interestingly banned in the first phase last game was the Slardar. It was something they pulled out against EG in the second match. I think that hero does fit okay into the meta right now in terms of disables, and also his ability to pressure and make late game fights go more straightforward.
Well, they stick with the Axe this time round. I was going to ask, do they change things up and go back to the Axe Skywrath?
I think they've already solved that problem by banning Warlock personally, because now they don't have that lane stability. They can't heal their cores, they can't heal their supports. Now they should be able to pressure their opponents. They can still grab a hero like Jakiro or a Witch Doctor or something that stabilizes the lane, but it's not going to be the same.
Okay. Was it a surprise to see the Chen in that last game rather than the Skywrath that they'd picked previously?
I think the idea behind it was that you play against these like static heroes. The Chen can be very mobile around the map. It's nice against the Spectre too. The heal. You're able to pressure towers early on. You're able to pressure his lane really early on. It just didn't work out because I think the Warlock was really good against it, which is why they banned it this time around. They're like, we didn't really have to adjust too much this time. It's just the Warlock was kind of annoying in that lane. We couldn't really pressure as much as we wanted with Battle Hunger because it just kept getting dissipated by the heal anyways.
And even in like late game team fights, he just impacted so much between like Fatal Bonds and Infernal Golem, and even upheavals a couple times felt impactful too.
Yeah.
Made it hard for their opponents to actually outplay them with movement.
It's like one of the 5 heroes that you don't mind playing as the game gets later, because you always feel like you can do something in that fight. Whereas like sometimes you play, for example, like you're playing a Bane or an AA when you're behind, you're just like, well, what is my contribution to this game?
So they're going to move the Sand King up. This was a second round pick last time.
Yep, Bane as a whole has been used the last couple days more as a like dual off lane, screw the carryover. Like just getting Enfeeble level 1, reducing his base damage by half, and making sure that he can't get as many last hits and denies. So I expect that to be offensive, but they could also put it in the safe lane as well. If they want to outplay a Sky Axe, they can actually put him down there and try to trade better.
Yeah, there is the Skywrath that we were talking about before. Replacing the Chen from the first draft.
Yeah. So Spirit had first pick this game, right? So that means that Fnatic once again will have like that last pick matchup, which I think is pretty crucial for them, because if you have one star player on one side with G, you have another one on the side of Fnatic and Abed. You want to try to give your mid player like the best possible hero matchup, and you saw how that worked out, right?
Yeah.
They picked the Lina, but he was like, okay, this is also a very good Storm game. Abed went completely off. Whereas in the series against VP yesterday, it just felt like he was never really given that same opportunity, Paul.
I feel like Spirit's doing a much better job of target banning in this game. Like, they're nailing like a lot of the heroes that Fnatic has been relying on heavily in their previous series, especially like Warlock, Darkseer, even like Clockwork has been pretty popular for Fnatic. So I think they should be able to deal with enemy drafts, at least what their comfort zones, deal with them a little bit better.
Yep, Luna ban for Fnatic is in a similar vein. Spirit have been relying on that a little bit.
I mean, they should be able to feel very comfortable having Sky and Axe in their dual offlane. Now they just need to make sure that they're stable in the safe lane. Luna's definitely a great hero for that. Good at following up after Axe disables as well. I feel like a big fixture of a lot of team fights in this tournament so far is a lot of like run at you advantage, where like you press your skills, your ultimates, and you get to chase your opponents down for like 8 or 10 seconds. Things like Spectre Haunt, Tombstones, things like that. And if you can force your opponents to run away like that, then it allows your cores to just do whatever they want in the backline. I think that's one of the reasons Luna has been winning so many games. Leshrac as well, same thing.
I like that. That's a good theory.
That's what I've just been seeing. I feel like whenever it happens, it just seems to be super advantageous. Like they just win games.
It's similar with like Kunkka too, right? The rum.
Got to run away from the boat. And then you just abuse around that with like glimpses and stuff like that.
DK this time around for Fnatic. Nothing outrageous about that. Let's see where Spirit go if they go back for the Shadow Demon again.
Shadow Demon was pretty good last game, but disable-wise it had issues.
They needed more damage.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they lacked like crazy last game. It's like Chen plus SD supports.
Yeah.
You don't really deal damage. You're all in on like your Axe Lina. But the Lina had such a rough start that she was never able to snowball.
Yeah,
I think it's enough now they've got the Sky there.
It's better.
Yeah, I mean, SD was only really good that game around while playing around either Slark or the Lina. The other two heroes doesn't work out the best.
Sky Axe is, the cool thing about it is like you only need those two heroes to get a kill on anybody. Whereas like last time around they had to rotate a core always to pick off.
Yeah.
It's like there were multiple times where they tried SD plus Axe to kill one hero and it didn't work out. Like Envy was almost always able to get out. But when you have Sky Axe, like the benefit of this duo is that you'll get kills.
Okay.
Well, all right then.
Okay. Well, this game though, looking at Sky in comparison to SD, it's definitely very different. It's not as defensive, but the laning stage is way stronger. Individually, the damage output of Sky is still really high. The only weakness now is that they're going to need other disable setups, ideally, to combo this with. But Chen can definitely tempo very well. It could leave Spirit with some safe lane weaknesses as well because if Sky's in the off lane and Chen is expecting to provide coverage to the safe lane, you're going to probably want something that's like really lane independent as your safe laner for Spirit. Because he really wants to be able to cross the map and rotate around and get ganks other places as well because he's so capable.
Yeah. What I like about this though overall is that I think Spirit is like, guys, there wasn't a huge amount that we have to necessarily change from that last game. The game was more just like these micro adjustments.
Yeah, Fnatic didn't seem too bothered by the Slark, which is something that Spirit have played quite a lot of.
Feel like you don't have to go Axe Sky dual offlane. You can just send the Chen anyways. It'll accomplish like similar things. Just now you have a hero that can eventually, like once he gets 6, they can go around getting kills, which will probably prompt like a faster Blink Dagger from this Axe this time around. Because you need to be able to enable your supports in a game like this. And last game they just weren't enabled.
Yeah. And as many stuns are on Fnatic right now, it actually would be a really good SD game defensively. But it's too late now.
Give me a Windrunner.
On which team?
Yeah, I'm going to go back for the Slark. For Spirit, I wanted to see a G Windrunner at some point in this series, and I have a nasty feeling it might be a 2-0, so I was just being a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a fit thing.
I mean, Slark does make sense when they're stun heavy because you can dark pack them off, but man, with Doom as well be throwing in on Fnatic, they just have so many disables that if he gets caught once, he is dead. And they don't have the save other than a Chen send back, which can't work.
I think Chen send back is excellent against Doom.
It's true.
The idea though, like that you can't pick a hero because of Doom, I think is kind of wrong. Just because Doom pretty much counters everything. Like if you think about it, it's the same when people say, for example, like everyone used to tell me that Storm gets countered by Faceless Void in Doom, but like conceptually wouldn't it counter everything because Void Chrono should be able to beat everything, right? Same with if you get doomed, well, what hero really likes being doomed?
I mean, I think that's a semi-weak argument just because some heroes care less about it. I mean, yes, it technically counters everybody, but heroes that need to rely on their skills to be effective.
Sure, but if you have a hero like Slark, for example, and you're playing against Doom, it's much more likely that you'll get the jump on him and you'll be able to get your ult off and you'll get your full toolkit before he's able to just like, otherwise like the Doom is just sitting there waiting to doom somebody. Like that's the benefit of having heroes like this, like these Slarks and these Axes, because you'll always get the first jump, then you'll have to counter react to that.
Yeah, that's true. Slark always has more mobility, it's not a big deal for Slark to like sit Shadowblade next to a hero and then walk away.
So like, yes, in some ways, of course Doom counters Slark in one facet because you can't cast spells, but that's what I mean, like it applies to pretty much every hero. The mobility heroes, if anything, enjoy playing against Doom more, or they have a better chance against it because they'll be able to get the jump first.
I mean, I guess I agree. It's just Slark's abusiveness comes to the fact that he can rely on items and skills to make more use of his ulti, regen and stuff, weave in and out.
You also get the benefit of like, if you get to fog this Doom for like even half a second, you'll be able to regen through it and live anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
He is the obvious point though, to be doomed out of that Spirit lineup.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
So,
Chen? You don't want to Doom Chen?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The ideal situation is like, you would jump the Chen at the same time as you jump the Slark, so that he doesn't get the send up.
Applying Doom also, does that dispel your target too? It does, right? So hypothetically, if Chen is sending somebody back and then you Doom, he also guarantees the kill.
Yeah. So Spirit have to be smart about it. Like the Chen has to be good position. You get Doom, then you go for the send back.
All things that may make it harder to execute this draft.
It's like, I love playing Storm against Doom.
Why?
It's like he's gonna try to Doom you. You're gonna get like Lincolns. You're gonna be faster than him.
Right.
You'll almost always get the zip in and get Orchids off on him and stuff like that.
I thought you were gonna say that because that way there's no way that you could accidentally Doom a creep.
Well, I was just going to stand there and take that.
I have done that before. Just a legendary.
That's like so legendary and old school that it was like far before Twitch clips existed. It was like somebody ripped your stream and made a YouTube video, and think of all the ad revenue they stole from you, man.
They got me exposure though.
That's true.
I hear that's useful.
Yeah, that's why you're here right now.
Yeah, it's let me hear. That bike video we made for.
Yeah, that was a good time.
It's all led to this point, Will.
Man, I've known you for such a long time.
Yeah, that's
I just realized that. So, Spirit to pick up the
Oh,
Pugna.
Pugna. Yeah, the first Pugna we've seen so far, I think. Remember seeing one, at least on the main stage.
Yeah, it's definitely been a little bit let go this tournament compared to
we've had
previous
one.
ones.
Yeah, we've had one here.
There's not a ton of super high mana cost spells. One of the obvious counters is Nether Ward against like Sand King Epicenter from Fog kind of a thing. And there's not that much damage on Fnatic right now, so hypothetically, even decrepping a hero that's in trouble would be a big safety net. And like, Pugna plus Sky is also super relevant in terms of damage. Like, anybody that gets comboed there, it's so much magic amp that even these high HP heroes are going to get blown up. Really good tower pushing, the other thing that they were missing on their team, so it's probably the first thing they looked at.
So, if you're Fnatic, what do you grab here? Like Lifestealer? Viper. Oh, that's interesting.
It kind of works. But they have so much spell amp, I feel like he's just going to get shredded. Like, this is like almost a minimum Hood or BKB Viper game.
They have 3 really tanky cores, though. I think the hope is that in team fights, they just get to outrun them, or overrun them, I should say.
It's just more stats for Sark to steal.
That's true,
Maybe.
too.
Huh.
Okay, well, draft concluded, and some interesting picks towards the end of that. Purge, which way?
I think Spirit's lineup looks pretty cool, but I think Fnatic is just going to be able to overpower their opponents by having all these tanky heroes. They'll make good decisions, and it's going to look a little boring, but they should be able to pull it out.
All right, well.
I will agree. I think Fnatic have fairly straightforward lineup to execute.
Yeah, does seem much harder, doesn't it, for Spirit?
Maybe. I think this game will actually be a lot closer, though.
Okay.
I would agree.
All right. Tight game ahead. That's what we like, isn't it? Plenty of tight games between two good teams. Spirit versus Fnatic, game number 2. Time to bring in our commentary team for that game. Gents, another interesting draft, but perhaps a little tighter this time.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Pugna. I think I like having them having a natural pushing hero this time around, because last time I felt like that's what they're lacking, getting that momentum, taking some towers, some objectives to keep their ball rolling, so, okay.
Well, let's see if they have it in them, Spirit. They certainly showed some signs of life at the end of the last game, especially considering that they sort of had their backs against the wall. Fnatic has a sizable lead. We'll see what they can pull out this time around. It's a little bit of a change up. We've got this time, of course, the champ once again, but it will be FNG playing it rather than Biver.
He's like, you did not do your job. I'm taking that from you. I'll show you how.
Let's see what he can do on it. And already the tips coming out there. Illidan giving a bit of support to Biver on the Skywrath Mage, of course, this time round. But
and FNG started with a different item. I usually do see the Blightstone into Medallion rush on the chance, but he's going over Venom this time around.
Let's see what he can make happen with this. I mean, Fnatic's lineup as well, it's a little different in terms of the fact that there's a lot less team fight this time, a lot of single target with their lineup. But the team fight really pretty much down to DJ's play. No sort of big sort of wombos to follow up in that sense. But
yeah, they don't have like that, like we were talking about in the last game, where they had like literally 5 heroes, 5 forms of initiation. It felt like at one point. They just kind of have this, I think, like, I like the way Kevin kind of put it. It's like the wording, you don't really know how to say it, but it's kind of like this boring. They're kind of just going to do their jobs. Like, their heroes are just going to kind of run naturally, while Spirits are a little bit harder to execute, I guess you could say. But I like Spirit's chances a bit more in this one. I think this Slark could definitely have a game, as long as it's just all about him not getting doomed. If he can get those stats built up, like the panel was mentioning too, is there's a lot of stats to be taken. These tanky cores, Dragon Knight, Viper, and Doom. He just has to... I mean, he has to avoid Viper Strike as well as Doom, because these things, like, they can't be dispelled. He's just going to be getting chunked down from them. So it's a lot of, I would say, a good amount of pressure on Illidan here. But we will see. So this time FNG did his homework. He saw where they warded last time. They did the same ward, actually, and he just sentries and dewards it, so he will have the camp closer this time around to get that creep.
We'll see how much pressure him and Phobos can put on this bottom lane. We saw Biver and Phobos doing a pretty good job against Envy. Abby on the Spectre, so on the Viper, Envy, they're just going to be feeling a little more sort of confident and comfortable despite a very similar level of pressure being applied to him this time around.
Already different though. Last game, Phobos went spin, level 1. Level 2, he went call. This time, he's got the hunger, they've got the Orb of Venom. They're going to be putting a lot more pressure onto this safe lane of Fnatic. There's no Warlock to do that sustain. We see DJ go, body blocks the camp really quickly so that they can't get that big creep. But yeah, they don't have this Warlock who's just going to be keeping Envy at full health. You see Envy, he's prepared for this though. He brought 2 sets of salves. 2 salves and 2 sets of tangos, sorry. So he's brought quite a lot of regen to deal with this harassment.
On the top lane, Illidan. He's going to have the fun of trying to CS against the Enfeeble.
Oh man. Oh, there's so many undispellables actually. I forgot about Enfeeble for a second.
Yep.
Enfeeble, Doom, and Viper Strike.
Again, Illidan actually taking a lot of damage, and Illidan nearly going down there. If Pi had found one more right click, he would have done so.
He loses his salve,
He does still cancel that one. This is not a fun lane for Illidan.
No, it is not. And bottom, they're putting pressure onto the Viper, but he's still last hitting fine. Actually, I was going to say Phobos isn't getting that many last hits, but he has like a double creep wave kind of coming under now. And he's going to eat some harassment here. FNG with the Orb of Venom and the Troll Creep. They might be able to run him down. Envy?
Can he juke this?
He is.
He's
trying. He's got the salve.
That'll get him up a little bit, and he's going to be spotted out, though. Salve removed.
He's dead.
He's gone. He knows that he's gone as well. Envy, hands off the keyboard. He'll accept his fate. First blood's going to be there for Phobos. Same time up top. Illidan nearly finding Pi, but in fact, they're going to find the turnaround. They will get the kill on Pi, but it costs Illidan his life. But Spirit, essentially overall, again, the 2-for-1 over there. Getting that first blood as well.
Underestimating the damage.
Yeah.
And FNG, that Orb of Venom, that little bit extra slow at the penitence, and I mean, the Troll Summoner does a lot of damage.
And mid lane as well going very nicely for Spirit. G doing a good job of controlling the lane on the Pugner against Arbed's DK.
Should win the lane, yeah. Once the levels start building up as well, that's where it starts becoming like even harder. The Pugner just able to really push you off the lane, and you have much more mana to push the creep wave out constantly. But DK still farms because he's dragging. So Axe, same last hits as the Viper, but you see Universe up top really applying that pressure with Pi onto Illidan.
Hey, the Illidan's still doing slightly better than Envy.
Slightly, yeah.
FNG, he's got double damage. It's going to be some hefty punches. As DJ will just go straight for the Sandstorm.
Gonna blast him another time. Oh, they're actually looking for Envy.
As we've seen, they have got the damage to take down the Viper. Envy getting blasted here by the Sad-Eye Tormentors. The Battle Hunger continuing to tick him down, and that's going to be Envy gone again. This combo, FNG, making it work here on the Chen. The pressure perfectly applied to Envy's Viper.
It's just different, because last time they were like, we didn't want to get Hunger because there was that Warlock. He just counteracts it with all the hero. But this time, yeah, this Battle Hunger is really adding up. This constant harassment is just keeping Envy at risk, and I think Envy's actually going toward mid. Looks like they're going to swap the lanes.
They certainly feels like they need to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, Arbed, we'll see. I mean, if he heads down to the bottom, does he do that much better than Envy?
I think Envy just does better mid, but the problem is that Envy is level 3, and this Pugner's actually Envy's probably not going to do better mid. This Pugner's going to hit level 6 pretty soon. So then he has kill threat onto the Viper. This is definitely a concern right now for Fnatic in this start. Their top lane is going phenomenally, but the other 2 lanes are not the greatest. Abed was doing okay mid, but now that they changed, it's going to be very different. And FNG's already like, Envy, you can't leave me.
He's the same level as Envy.
He's spotted by the ward though. But he's just poised around mid, waiting for G to hit level 6 so they can go for Envy, and he actually just makes his way top to try to help out Illidan. They try to look for Pi, and Pi will live.
Takes himself away, but Team Spirit will be able to grab the 2 bounty runes top. Looks like DJ does manage to get his hands in.
Envy's got to be careful.
Bottom.
He walks up, he's just going to get decaped and Jane. G's happy with that. He actually lost 0 mana for that, because he was full health, so just gains that mana.
You can see as well the rotation from Biver.
Scan hits him. But Envy cannot really last hit here very safely at all.
A complete free farm for G.
Yep.
Alright, heading forward, Biver does step into the vision. Might be able to make a go onto the two of them. Top lane there as well. And talk about Universe, he's been getting free farm. They have got the rotation coming in as they make an attempt on him. Mid lane, they'll get the kill. Top lane, DJ trying to go with the counterplay, finds the burrow strike onto the two of them and will be able to take down FNG. So they get the kill up top, but they do lose Envy again mid. That's what, the third time that Envy's gone down.
They want Illidan. He's a bit faster than the Sanking.
Oh, the Jukes.
Around the side. He's got stick charges on DJ. Pounce connects.
He's got it. All right, can Universe finish off Illidan? The man is blocking him up.
He's got Doom now too. He can't find him.
Illidan. He's going to be A-OK now. FNG comes up.
Oh no, he walked up again.
Oh no,
Illidan
he was relying on the send back, but the Doom dispels it. Oh no. Oh. I mean, he knew he was sick, surely.
Yeah, I don't think he did. But now mid Envy. We've seen that over and over. G's full mana. Look, this Viper game is miserable.
0-4-0, 11 CS.
Ooh.
6 minutes. It's not a great time for Envy.
Illidan's level 4 too, though. They're both having a really hard time. I mean, Envy definitely having much harder, but oh, Illidan.
Top lane. Trying to get some revenge onto Universe, but Universe, he's feeling pretty confident up top. 33 and 14 on the Doom.
Oh, I love this. When you have the Shockwave, the Soul Ring build, I think it's so good. You always are going to constantly be able to throw that out. And it gives you regen, it gives you tankiness.
Bottom lane Arbed. Sort of the... I mean, there's the Decrepify Ancient Steel combo. So much magical burst between those two heroes. Bottom lane DJ. He's going to jump for it. Illidan has already used his pounce and immediately he's getting sent back. FNG's saying, you're getting out of it. We're not keeping you around on this one. FNG will be fine as he's able to get himself back towards the shrine, and he's got the Centaur Conqueror as well, just to hold him off in mid lane. No, not again. Not like this, Envy. Oh dear. A fifth time. G and Biver, I'd say they've got to be having so much fun, these two, just blowing up heroes.
I can't believe they haven't tipped him. I thought they were going to be tipping him by now.
They just feel it'll be too far,
Maybe.
you know. When it's just, you know, sometimes it's just too much.
Oh, they don't have... Oh, one of them doesn't have Battle Pass.
Doesn't have a bat. Oh my goodness. Well, that's the loss confirmed.
But look at this. 8 minutes in, tier 1 tower taken. That's why I was saying, like, this Pugna pick really works for me, because I felt like the last game they couldn't get that momentum going because they couldn't pressure building so much because they only had a Chen really to push.
Well, where's Envy going now?
Jungling
top
for now.
DJ trying to run himself away. FNG can't quite close the gap onto him, so DJ will be fine. Picks up the Tranquils.
I really like Biver's play this game too. He's been playing very aggressive. He's understanding the weaknesses that Fnatic has and the strengths that his team has. He's just like, I'm going to sit behind G. I know if anybody goes near him, we can quickly, easily burst them down unless they outnumber us pretty much because of how potent he is right now. G, they are spotted right now. Looks like Fnatic wants to try to set up to kill this pesky Pugna.
Envy.
Oh no, Envy.
Be careful, son. Those two will absolutely blow him up for a duration of a Decrepify and an Ancient Seal. I mean, they can take down anyone on the map, as we've seen.
They've got a Veil too.
Yeah, that's a lot of magical burst.
Sure is. Abed. Kind of just, he's forced to kind of run around because they're getting kind of run over here.
Well, bottom lane, Phobos and Biver, they catch out Pike.
Abed only level 7 in comparison to G's almost level 9 on the Pugna because he's just been having to move around. He's the one who's trying to fix things because he's just like this Viper or Envy. Can't have a game for now.
They're going to look to try and put a stop to this. Scan will come out, so Fnatic know there's people behind the trees, actually, all the TPs. They know what's going on here. They've got to back themselves off. Universe starting to retreat. Fnatic, yeah, they'll keep themselves grouped up and backed off.
Universe has gotten the Purge creep as well, so he can dispel that send home, as well as, I mean, Decrepify and a couple other cool things that he could go for, but... Neat. Envy now has found level 6. DK Phobos this game. Vanguard, he's got the treads queued up, but I think this game he's going to rush the Blink since he's having such a good time.
Oh, DJ, quick Sandstorm. Backing away, but Team Spirit are able to slow down this push attempt from Fnatic. So here we go with a quick blast onto Arbed. It's a lot of damage.
Universe stop canceled his Doom there. They're considering going for a moment. But with the Chen there, gotta be more careful because he did give up the Purge creep. He took that Apple Wolf as we saw.
And that's what I said, 4K lead here at the moment, 10 minutes in. Team Spirit.
Yeah, concerning for Fnatic.
They are having a beautiful opening to this one. They They did what they needed to do in the lanes. They've made sure that G this time round, he's having a good impact. He's able to have that matchup again. It was a favorable one for him, and he was able to have the slight edge in it. As Fnatic weren't able to sort of punish G in the mid lane. And now any members of Fnatic's lineup are very susceptible to being taken down by the combo, the magical burst from this lineup.
And I would think the big saving grace, at least for me, for Fnatic, would be that Blink Dagger on Sanking, and I thought DJ might be a bit closer to it, but he is very, very far away from it. DK Phobos bottom, Blink finished, goes on Envy. It's pure damage. Envy got the stick before the... Oh my god, the double spin though.
Phobos with the RNG, he got it.
My god.
It's another bit of time for Envy to sit on the side.
I think Envy had a 256 HP. He got the wand off, and then double spin, unbelievable. But that early Blink Dagger, I mean, it's 11 minutes. He's got Blink, Vanguard.
He's pretty damn huge. Yeah. 6K net worth from Phobos, top of the net worth this game.
Abed smoked. They place a ward, but Illidan was already there, spotting them out. Now Spirit gonna rotate more. Fnatic's in kind of just farm mode. DJ mid gets a stun before the silence, but
that's not going to be enough to save him. They easily follow him, chase him down.
I mean, how do you run from Pugna and Sky? Look at their movement speeds. 384 on Skywrath, 390 on Pugna. Two of the faster heroes in Dota.
Spirit, so they're playing the fast pace around this time that you sort of wanted to see from them in game one.
Absolutely.
This time around, they're hitting their timings and they are getting the ball rolling very, very early against Fnatic. And Fnatic are struggling to deal with.
Oh god, I saw Pai's net worth just now too.
It's not great. He's a pretty poor old Bane.
And look at this, the double D ward. Illidan walking through the jungle really quick, takes out 2 of Fnatic's fresh wards. And the map control just continues to be in Spirit's favor. They are not slowing down by any means. Illidan's even playing with his team to make sure that he's not going to get picked off. Maybe he'll farm some jungle camps, but he wants to be sure to get that Shadow Blade safely. Maybe Shadow Blade Linken's this time, Shadow Blade Linken's BKB, something. Any of those options. But Fnatic just, I think they're recognizing too that they just have to get, this is full catch-up mode. They can't fight into Spirit. They need this Blink Dagger on DJ. They really need the levels and a bit more farm. Universe is going to be going toward that Crimson Guard, which will help they get a bit, but there's a lot of magic damage, as we said, on Spirit and Pi. Get brought down.
Bottom lane, tier 2 taken. How do they stop this, Fnatic? This is Spirit overrunning them in all sort of shapes and form this game. This is just going way too fast for Fnatic to deal with, as it seems. They have a relatively farmed Doom on Universe, but
Envy's still bottom 4.
Exactly. Like, sure, Universe can sort of get in and take down one, but as we talked about, you know, Fnatic's lineup, it's mainly this sort of single target focus. And there's a lot of targets you got to worry about in Spirit's lineup right now, and much more than just the one. As Phobos, G, absolutely massive.
Look at how they're position farming. They're just taking all the farm from the enemy jungle. I love when teams do this. When you already have the heavy map control, this is the best place for you to farm. You're not only getting good gold, but you're denying gold from the enemy team and applying pressure. And Fnatic just still trying to find a way to catch back up in this. You see DJ's just jungling, Universe is jungling, Abed jungling, Pi trying to catch the smoke rotations. Typical Pi. Still no boots on poor Pi.
I mean, what's sort of the best plan for Fnatic? I guess they're looking at sort of the playmaking items. DJ, 1200 towards the Blink. You know, that's sort of what they're waiting for, because then they can start to maybe try and set a place themselves. Top lane, Abed just getting chased down. The magical is just too much for that DK to deal with, and now Phobos.
Pi doesn't have boots. He's
gone. He'll try and turn and throw something out in response, but he's not going to be able to get anything out of this, as the Phobos now unstoppable.
Oh boy,
this game is...
back in? I mean, I think it's just like the DJ Blink Dagger, and they have to try to catch Spirit when they're split up.
It feels like it's over.
It does feel very, very hard.
This game is just an absolute mess from Fnatic. Team Spirit, I mean, their lineups work perfectly so far. Bottom lane, DJ will come forward onto FNG. FNG going for the TP, and he's going to get away. They can't even get the Chen.
Yeah, Universe got body blocked by the creeps. His phase boots were on cooldown. He didn't want to use Doom. He wanted to just be able to get the Infernal Blade off, and they're not able to. The pressure continues. Spirit, 9k gold advantage and experience 6k. It's not looking good for Fnatic at all.
Not at all. On this slot.
So Blink Shadow Blade, that's their key. Blink sinking, Shadow Blade DK.
Then
they can try.
If DJ can pull off some sort of miracle, and we've seen it before, he certainly can.
Sure.
He certainly can. If there's going to be anyone that finds the timing, the angle, and the multi-hero Burrow Strike epicenters, it will be DJ.
Yeah, and it's like Fnatic, they did such a good job of shutting down Illidan in the lane, but
he's catching up.
Now he's just able to farm because of how well the other two lanes went on Spirit.
They own the whole map at this point. So
yeah,
they go where they want.
Even Akaya now on Viver, so lots of more damage coming out from the Skyreth. She almost has an Aghanims. Very comfortable.
And we go for the smoke.
They smoke, but it is under vision, so Fnatic positioning themselves on the high ground with their smoke.
Maybe they can punish it. I mean, the dream for Fnatic would obviously be if they walk straight up into this. But they aren't going to do that for now, Spirit. They're rotating towards the mid. They're going to look to come round the other side of that sort of triangle. As Phobos leading the way with his Blink, Vanguard, Blade Melt. Who's going to get the jump on who? They'll get a quick ward down. Team Spirit
has high ground here. Spirit doesn't want to actually make the way over there. They're a bit afraid. They don't see anybody.
They'll see Universe now, but the call's going to be off the mark. Phobos doesn't quite close the gap onto Universe, so he'll be okay.
They're a bit hesitant, right? They saw nobody stopping bottom. They saw no one going mid. They knew that had to be the probably only area that Fnatic was positioned. And now bottom, getting threatened. G has the Aghanims as well on the courier coming out.
I mean, they can go for this pretty safe push with the Pugna.
Sure can.
G just going in blast after blast.
Not bad. Gets the initial stun here. Also uses the dragon form. Spirit's not slowing down.
There's that blink on DJ.
All right, let's see if he can do something remarkable.
They need something absolutely crazy. They're 11k behind at 18 minutes in, and Team Spirit are knocking on the high ground of Fnatic. They try and lead forward, going up with the stun onto G. The tier 3's gone. Aghanims now into the hands of G, and jump forward from Phobos. He's managed to get the call. Out comes the ultimate as well. They'll be able to burst down Arbor. There'll be a buyback straight away, but look at the damage there. Ripping through Universe. DJ tries to come in, but the epicenter at this stage is just not enough at all. MV is trying to find Illidan. Will be able to get him. MV actually still alive for now. And they keep this going. They're trying to get the Arbed out of there. Pops the stick charges. Will keep him safe for now, but the Ancient Seal once again from Viver comes through. The magic will not be quite enough, so Arbed does live. They managed to hold on to the racks. They're still playing around with them here. DJ blinks away from the attempted initiation. Now they're on the retreat. Envy's actually come in with the wraparound. He's TP'd across. They've got the eyes onto Biver. FNG hiding in the trees.
TP cooldown. He just moved it from his backpack.
Biver will be surrounded. Jump forward. They are able to get him as well. So Fnatic, they did have to buy back on Arbed for that defense, but they do hold the racks. They are able to push Spirit back, and they do kill Illidan. Quite a high-value kill.
Envy, though.
Oh.
Spirit, they're still in the area. That Penitence, Decrep, Veil. See ya.
Just as some sort of fortune was there slightly for Fnatic, it just falls apart so quickly, again, due to the fact that Spirit is just overall still so far ahead. Fnatic, they are going for a smoke and a wraparound.
They've got to get Universe in a position to actually get the Doom off. The last fight he walked in, died within a second, pretty much.
Can they find something at the back of this? There's no Skyreth here at the moment.
They've got the double blinks. It's Abed and DJ. Oh, but the smoke gets broken. They're on the high ground.
Who they're going to go for here? Abed leads in. There's the jump force straight away. Phobos will get stunned, but Abed's already gone. Universe gets the Doom out onto G, but he's getting focused down by Elinese. He got the Crimson Guard giving him some time. There will be the send back. FNG getting G back safe to base. That's Abed gone. Universe as well. Pylai Die will also fall. Team Spirit.
Oh no, Envy ran in.
Oh. He's just offering himself up. Walks in. He knows he's dead. This game, it's got to be over. This is Spirit absolutely destroying Fnatic in this game too.
Yeah, DJ's trying to cut the wave and all, but this Rax is dead. 16k gold advantage. Spirit playing and executing their draft to near perfection. It's Pugna.
And I think
Axe. Pressure.
This is what it is. If they play fast Spirit, they play very well.
Yeah.
They are incredibly good at keeping that advantage, just keeping the chaos going. And Fnatic, as we know, this is a team a little more accustomed to the later portions of a game, but 20 minutes in against a team like Spirit, who are knocking on the second set of racks, Fnatic just don't have the chance to play the kind of game that they want to.
No, and I mean, they want to be able to take these fights and be grouped up as a unit because their draft, they don't have deep push for these type of scenarios. They don't have some like Dragon Slave, some Crypt Swarm, something along those lines. Their best deep push is like Nether Toxin and Envy.
Oh, and he's dead again.
And I guess Breathe Fire. Yeah. Look at this, they're just getting
Look
ran at. Oh.
at the epicenter. Arbed's coming in as well. They have the Fiend's Grip out, but there's just no follow-up damage here as Arbed gets decrepit, sucked down by G. Pylai Die now being focused by Biver. He'll tick out surely to the Battle Hunger as he'll try and cover the CS. The tower's going to take it away from him underneath his nose. That's 3 dead on Fnatic. Team Spirit, they've got it. GG is called by Envy. 25-5, 21 minutes, it's 17k lead. This game was nowhere near close at all.
Nope.
Team Spirit absolutely stomping Fnatic there in that game too. Despite what we saw in game 1, we saw some brilliance from Fnatic there, but it really was just the pace of the game. This was such a fast game, and Spirit have come to show us, I mean, understandably, this is a CIS side. They love these games in terms of the fighting, the brawling, and they just looked on another level in that game.
I feel like I've seen this. This is like something I've like when FNG was playing like VP and stuff. I feel like I've seen this like Pugna Chen kind of style where they like just force it in the game. 20 minutes, the game is done.
Yeah.
And the Pugna in this game for me